Welcome to Yogability. So today we're going to focus a little bit on the hips and the hamstrings. So to start, we're going to start on all fours. So you're going to start on your hands and knees. Hands are going to be directly under the shoulders, knees are directly under the hips. We're keeping the arms straight. So to start, we're going to work a little on hip rotation. So we're going to try and bring your right knee in towards the chest. Right knee comes out towards your right shoulder, but without leaning towards your left and without bending the elbows. All the way to the back of the room, keeping the leg bent. In towards the chest, and then back of the room first, towards your right shoulder, and in towards the chest. We're going to do that one more time. So out towards your right shoulder, all the way to the back of the room, in towards the chest, back of the room first, towards your right shoulder, and in towards the chest, and then lower. Exactly the same on your left side. So left knee in towards the chest, out towards your left shoulder, back of the room, in towards the chest. Back of the room first, left shoulder, in towards the chest. And again, back of the room, in towards the chest, back of the room first, left shoulder, and in towards the chest, and then lower. So this time I'm going to step your right foot back. So I'm going to try and plant your right foot to the floor. To start with, we're going to try and push back, so we're lifting your left knee off the floor. Push the head and chest towards your left knee. Try and straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling. I want to come up nice and high onto your tiptoes, lower the right heel, and again up nice and high and lower the heel. So I'm going to try and bring your left knee in towards the nose and push all the way back up. And again, left knee in towards the nose and push back up. So I'm going to bring your left knee in towards the chest. Shoulders are over the hands. I'm going to drop the left knee. I want to try and plant your right heel onto the floor. So if you're struggling a little bit with balance, take a step out with your left foot. We're going to try and lift the right arm up towards the ceiling, push the hips forward. I want to try and drop the right arm overhead. Either stay there or you can try and lift your right leg off the floor. And then drop the right hand and lower the knee. Okay, so same on your left side. So step your left foot back. We're going to try and push against the floor. So right leg comes off the floor. Straighten the right leg up. Up nice and high onto your tiptoes and lower the heel. And again, up nice and high, lower the heel. Right knee in towards the nose and push back up. And again, in towards the nose, back up. And then in towards the chest, shoulders over the hands. We're going to lower the knee. Plant your left heel onto the floor. Again, option of stepping the right foot out. We're going to try and lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. So you're pushing the hips forward. Drop the left arm overhead, and then we're going to try and lift the left leg and lower them both back down. Okay, so back on the hips, we're going to try and take your right leg back. We're going to keep the leg straight, and again, try not to lean towards your left or bend the elbows. But we're going to try and take your right leg out towards your right shoulder. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way back and lower. Same with your left. So lift the left leg out towards your left shoulder for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way back and then lower the left knee. So we're going to start coming into your flow. So I'm going to take a step forward with the hands. Tuck the toes under. I'm going to try and lift the knees. So I'm going to start in your downward dog. Just come up nice and high onto your tiptoes. Lower the heels. And again, up nice and high and lower the heels. So we're going to lift your right leg up as high as you can. You can look towards the hands first. We're going to try and step your right foot as close to in between the hands as you can. If that's not an option, just pull or walk the foot forward. We're going to come up onto your fingertips. I'm going to try and straighten the front leg as much as you can and then bend. And again, try and straighten and bend. And then we're going to try and straighten the leg. Hold that position. Look forward first, and then want to try and bend the elbows so you're dropping the head and chest towards your right leg. And then straighten the arms and drop the head and chest. So we're holding that position. Try and flex your right foot so you're lifting the toes and lower. And again, try and lift and lower. So we're going to bend your right leg. Plant your left heel onto the floor. So we're keeping the right leg bent. Push your right knee out towards your right arm. We're holding that position. Try and look forward first. I'm going to try and take both arms overhead. Sink into that front leg. And then you're going to turn into your warrior 2. So again, we're sinking into that front leg, push the right knee out towards the little toe, turn the right palm, left arm comes behind the back. I'm going to try and look up towards your right. And then we're going to try and drop the right elbow on top of the knee, twist your left shoulder up towards the ceiling, and then try and lower the right fingertips to the floor. You can either hold that position or try and straighten the right leg, and then bend. And again, try and straighten the leg, and bend. So I'm going to try and lift back into your warrior two, and then we're going to try and straighten the front leg, and we're turning the foot towards the side. So we just want to walk your feet in. I want to come into a seated position this side. So we're going to take your legs out, so your legs want to be slightly wider than your hips. If you can come into your full range, you're going to try and take your legs as wide as you can. So we're going to work a little bit on your hip flexor strength. So trying to keep the body nice and straight. We're going to turn towards your right leg, one hand either side of your right leg. So you're going to stay on the fingertips. Try and point the right foot as much as you can. So you're tensing your right leg. I want to try and lift and lower the right leg. So you're pulsing the right leg. If that's not an option, you can bend the right leg. So you're still using your hip flexor to lift, but it's not as intense as with the leg straight. So try and do 10 pulses, and then want to try and lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Same on your left, so one hand either side, try and lift and lower 10 times. Try and limit the lean back. You may have to lean back to start. It doesn't really matter, but just as you progress, try and lean a little bit further forward. And then same again, lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. So to center, hands to the center. This time we're going to try and lift both and lower. We're going to try and do that 5 times. Again, option of bending the knees. We're going to try and lift and lower 5 times. And then when you're ready, we're going to try and lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. So we're going to bend your knees so your feet are wider than hip width apart. Last bit on this side, we're just going to work a little on your 90-90, so either arms forward or hands behind the back if you struggle a little bit with the hips. We're going to try and drop both knees over towards your right, back to center, drop both knees over towards your left. And again, so arms forward if you can, towards your right, back to center and your left, and then back to center. Walk your feet in. If you want a challenge, we're going to try and come into your squat position without using the arms. If you want to use the arms, just use the arms. So into your squat position, come all the way back up to standing. Take your feet back out into your warrior two. So turn your right foot, bend the right leg into your warrior two. Come into your high lunge, so you're up off your back heel. Drop the hands to the floor. We're going to step back into your 3-leg downward dog. So right leg nice and high. Forward to your plank position, keeping your right leg high. And push back. Lower the right foot. And then we'll do similar on your left. So left leg up nice and high. Try and step your left foot as close to in between the hands as you can. Again, if you need to walk or pull the foot forward, that's fine. So up onto your fingertips. Try and straighten the left leg as much as you can. And then we're bending. And again, so straighten, bend. The third time, we're going to try and hold that straight position. It doesn't matter if the leg's slightly bent, as long as you can feel a stretch in the hamstrings. We're going to try and look forward as you inhale. As you exhale, we're dropping the head and chest. And again, and back down. Hold that position. We're going to try and flex your left foot and then lower. So lifting the toes and lower. So we're going to bend your left leg. Plant your right heel onto the floor. Keep the right leg straight, left leg bent, and we're pushing your left knee out towards the little toe. Both arms are coming overhead. So sink into that front leg. And then you're turning into your warrior two. Turn your left palm. Right arm comes behind the back and we're looking up towards your left. Drop the left elbow on top of the knee. Twist your right shoulder up. I'm going to try and lower the left hand to the floor, but you're still twisting your right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Either hold there or you can try and straighten the left leg as much as you can. And then bend. And again. And bend. And then try and push back into your warrior two, straighten the front leg, and we're turning the foot towards the side. So to start, we're going to work a little bit on your adductors. So take a step back, lower the knees onto the floor. I'm going to step your right foot out towards your right side. So right foot wants to stay in line with your left knee. We're going to take your legs as wide as you can. but you're keeping your right foot in line with your left knee. So if you're struggling with the wrist, if they're getting a bit sore, you can come up onto your knuckles, but we want to make sure that the left ankle is either in line with your left knee or slightly wider. Hold in that position, we're going to try and sit as far back as you can and then rock forwards and backwards. So you should start feeling a stretch on the insides of the legs, the adductors. We're going to try and hold that back position. Twist your right toes up towards the ceiling, lower the right, and then we're going to try and lift your left foot off the floor. We're going to do that 3 times. So twist your right, lower the right, lift the left. One more time, twist the right, lower the right, and lift the left. And then just keep your right hand on the floor. We're going to try and lift the left arm up as high as you can, and then just lower the left hand. Walk your right leg back in, and then we'll do the same on the left side. So straighten the left leg out. Take your legs as wide as you can. Right foot slightly wider than your right knee. Up onto your knuckles if you need to. We're going to try and sit as far back as you can, and then gently rock forwards and backwards. And then holding that back position, we're going to try and twist your left toes up towards the ceiling, lower the left, and then we're going to try and lift your right foot. And again, twist the left. Even if you can't really lift the right, just try and get the feeling of pushing your right knee into the floor. And one more time, twist the left, lower the left, and lift the right. And then left hand stays. We're going to try and lift your right arm up as high as you can, lower the right, and then walk your left leg back in. Okay, so at last bend your adductors. We're going to take both knees as wide as you can. Feet are slightly wider than your knees. Drop the elbows onto the floor. Again, we're rocking forwards and backwards. And then holding that back position, you can drop the head. We're going to try and lift your right foot off the floor for 3, 2, 1. Lower the right, lift the left for 3, 2, 1. Lower the left, try and lift both for 3, 2, 1. One more time, lift the right, drop the right, lift the left, drop the left, try and lift both, and then lower. Up onto your hands and then walk your feet in together. You can slide or walk your knees back in. Tuck the toes under, we're going to step back into that straddle position. Lift all the way back up, turn your left foot, we're bending your left leg. So come back into your warrior 2. Into your high lunge, so up off your back heel. Drop the hands to the floor. We're going to step back into your 3-leg downward dog. So left leg up nice and high. Forward to your plank position. Push back and lower the left foot. Okay, so a little bit more on the hamstrings. We're going to step your right foot in between the hands. I'm going to lower the left knee this time. If you've got blocks or something, it's a little bit easier with blocks. We just want to try and walk your right foot forward. And you're going to start straightening the right leg as much as you can. So we want to find your full range of the hamstring. So we're going to try and straighten the right leg as much as you can. And then we're bending the elbows. You're going to try and drop the head and chest towards your right leg. It doesn't matter if the knee's bent as long as you can feel a stretch. Holding that position, we're going to try and push your right heel into the floor. So as hard as you can for 3, 2, 1. Relax. And again, so push the right heel into the floor for 3, 2, 1. Relax. One more time for 3, 2, 1, and relax. And then swap sides. So just bend your right leg, step back, and then left foot in between the hands, any way you can. So you can walk the foot forward, right knee onto the floor. Try and straighten the left leg as much as you can. Again, if you can't straighten the leg, it doesn't matter. Just try and bend the elbows. So I'll show you an option of not being able to straighten the leg. We're going to try and push your left heel into the floor. 3, 2, 1, relax. And again for 3, 2, 1, and one more time for 3, 2, 1, and relax. So just bend the left leg, hands forward. We're going to step back, and then we're just going to walk your feet towards the hands. I'm going to come into a seated position. So just drop onto the floor. So last couple of bits, we're going to come onto your back. So to start with, we're going to straighten your left leg out. Lift your right knee in towards the chest. And we can interlace the fingers. We're going to hold underneath your right leg. Try and pull the right knee in as close to the chest as you can. Keeping the knee in towards the chest. we're going to try and straighten the right leg as much as you can. So the idea is that you're not moving the knee or the arms, so try not to let the knee go as you straighten the leg. So knee in towards the chest, straighten and bend 3 times, keeping the knee in as close as you can, and then swap sides. Bend your left, try and pull the left knee in, try and straighten and bend. Again, really try and pull that left knee in. And then we're going to straighten both legs out. Arms are coming overhead. We're going to bend your right knee in towards the chest. So again, a little bit on the hip joint. We're going to drop the right knee out towards your right shoulder, keeping the leg off the floor. Try and straighten the leg. Bring the leg all the way around, keeping it off the floor, so in line with your left and in towards the chest. So we're going to do that again. So out towards your right, straighten the leg all the way around, in towards the chest, and then opposite direction, straighten the leg first, up towards your right shoulder, bend the knee and in, and again, straighten the leg, right shoulder, bend the knee and in, and then swap sides. So straighten the right leg, bend your left, out towards your left shoulder, straighten the leg, all the way around and in. And again, straighten the leg, all the way around, back in. Opposite direction, so straighten the leg first, keeping it off the floor, up towards your left shoulder, and then bend the knee back in towards the chest. And again, straighten the leg, up towards your left shoulder, bend the knee, and back in. So we're going to drop your feet onto the floor, so feet just want to be about shoulder width apart. We're going to try and lift your right knee in towards the chest. Try and lift the hips as high as you can. We're going to straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to try and drop, keeping the hips high. We're dropping your right leg out. We're going to hold for 3, 2, 1, back to center, bend, lower. Swap sides, so left knee in, push the hips high, straighten the left leg as high as you can, out towards your left side, keep pushing the hips high for 3, 2, 1, back to center, bend and lower. And then just bring your heels together, let the knees drop out. So either keep the arms overhead or arms either side of the body, and we can start closing the eyes here. If you do want to straighten the legs out, you can straighten the legs out.